Have you ever found inspiration while doing mundane household chores? Sometimes I find that this happens to me. I'm Lisa L.Levy, the founder and CEO of L.Cubed Consulting, a firm that helps businesses elevate their strategic execution by aligning their people, process, and technology. But more important for this conversation, I am the self-appointed disruption catalyst. Last weekend, I was doing chores. Nothing exciting. I was doing the laundry and changing the sheets, but I had the TV on in the background, which is a little unusual. And it was HBO's Real Sports. Absolutely something I have zero interest in, but I just needed the background noise. As I was walking back and forth through the house, it actually captured my interest and my curiosity. The correspondent, David Scott, was having a conversation and a deep dive into the police department in Alpharetta, Georgia, and their alignment to use Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to minimize escalation in interactions with citizens. What caught my interest and curiosity were some of the statistics that they started to share. As they had built skills and developed capabilities in their officers, the rate of injuries to law enforcement officers had decreased by nearly 50%. The rate of injuries to citizens had decreased by more than 50%. So that system side of my brain that likes that data and those analytics was fascinated. That stuck in my head and has been with me most of the week. And what I realized is that law enforcement agency is doing one of my most favorite things. They're being disruptive. They're challenging the status quo and making a positive impact. Traditionally, law enforcement agencies focus on metrics around firearms training and qualifications at the range, which are imperative and important metrics. But are they the ones that matter most when we know that law enforcement officers are more likely to have an in-person interaction and may never actually draw their firearm in the line of duty? As the disruption catalysts, I said, what do we do with metrics? How do we find the things that matter most? Well, I'll be exploring that in a panel conversation coming up in September. And the link to that webinar is included. But what I'm really asking all of you today is to help me generate a topic list of things that we should be disrupting in business. How do we challenge what we do every day and make it better? Those rules that we've always worked by, those metrics and measures that really tell us what happened in the past, how do we flip it and look at what we want to have happen in the future? I invite you to the conversation, put your comments and ideas in the chat, but I want to be willing for us as leaders to break everything and make it better. I look forward to seeing what you have to share and continuing this conversation.